Completely new. I'm a cigar smoker, but I'm excited to learn about pipes.
Absolutely.
Because of you. So my big question is, as a cigar smoker, what do we need to know about pipes?
You need to know about how to select a pipe, about the tobacco that you're smoking, how to light it, smoke it, and then cleaning and admin, things of that nature. Getting started is simple. Things that you'll need would include pipe cleaners, you'll need a tamper, and you'll need a lighter or some source of ignition. You can use a nice lighter like this, or you can use matches, whatever your preference is. One thing you won't be able to do is a big difference between cigars and pipes is that you don't really want a jet flame or a hard flame, you need a soft flame, just because you don't want to char your gear. There's several different philosophies, but for me, the easiest one has been the 3-pinch method. So the first thing you do is you get a pinch of tobacco, hold it like so, and using gentle pressure so that it aligns with the top of your bowl. So that is your first pinch, and what you'll do is you'll take your tamper and you'll tamp that down just until you're a little bit under halfway full of the bowl. So then you get your second pinch, push that down until it's even with the top. Then use slightly firmer pressure. And the last pinch, now that we're 3/4 of the way full, might be a little bit smaller. The objective is to not see how much you can get in there or see how hard you can pack it down in there. It's just to get just enough in there so that you still have a draw on the pipe. You just want to start with a little bit of pressure, then a little bit more, and then finally just a little bit, but you're not really cramming it in there.
As a cigar smoker, I would think I want it to be like a cigar, but that's not the case, right?
Right, it's gonna be lighter than the average cigar draw for sure, because what you don't wanna do is have it crammed in there so full that you can't get any draw in there, because drawing air through it is what keeps it ignited. Similar to how we toast the foot of a cigar, the objective is to not put the flame directly on the tobacco and sear it or burn it. Your objective is to draw the flame into it just like you were toasting the foot of a cigar. As you can see, the tobacco will expand out the top of the bowl, and that's fine. You can just use your tamper, and again, with very light pressure, all you're doing is getting it down even with the rim of the bowl. So now what we want to do is actually get smoking. The stage has been set, we've toasted the foot of our proverbial cigar, in this case our pipe, and are now ready to get started. So the first step would be, after we tamp it down, to get it lit. And the process is very similar.
With a cigar, you just light it, and then if you do it right, you don't have to touch it for the rest.
Mm-hmm.
But I got to get comfortable with lighting this thing and being okay with that.
Absolutely, and it's going to go out, and relights are part of the game.
Let's talk technique.
Mm-hmm.
General pace with a cigar is about once a minute. What's a general rule of thumb, or is it that simple?
You know, I could go as many, as four or five times a minute, just to keep it lit. Not to overcomplicate it, but one thing that is a good rule of thumb is if you're smoking and you're puffing so fast that the outside of your bowl is hotter than about a cup of coffee and it's burning your hand, you're probably puffing too fast. That's going to make the smoke a lot harsher than it has to be.
How often do we want to work this and tamp the tobacco itself?
Usually less is more. If you notice drop off in smoke production, you can tamp a little bit to get it going, but again, you're not cramming it down in there. You're just using just a little bit of force.
What are some of the types of tobacco that we can use?
Sure. One of the most fundamental base tobaccos that's used in a lot of blends is going to be Virginia. It can range from grassy to like a fermented fruit note, depending on what type of Virginia it is. Very interesting. Then we have Burley. Burley is classically used in American cigarettes. It has a nutty, almost sometimes a chocolatey note to it. On top of that, you have condimental tobacco like Perique from St. James Parish. You have Turkish Oriental leaf like Izmir, classically from Camel cigarettes. It has a spicy, savory, bittersweet, like umami flavor to it, which is just awesome. And another corollary to that would be Latakia which is a dark fired Oriental tobacco, which has almost like a creosote or campfire aroma to it. Very delicious.
Or smoky.
Absolutely.
More of that kind of Kentucky fire cured taste.
Oh yeah, and it's that's one thing that's rewarding about pipe smoking is that you get to discover different facets or different flavor that you might not usually encounter in your cigar journey.
Let's talk maintenance. What are some of the keys to maintaining the pipe and keeping it so it's going to last forever?
Cleaning is easy. You take your pipe cleaner, run it down the stem. You'll take a look at the bottom of your bowl. You'll see it down in there. You know, I'll also wipe off the edge of the bowl. A little bit of saliva never hurt anything either, to help break down the any charring or tobacco juice that got on there. You can just wipe that off. For a basic clean after you smoke it, I usually let it rest for a few hours. What you don't want to do is take the stem off of a hot pipe, because the material expands and contracts and it may mess up your fitment if you do that repeatedly. There are plenty of really outstanding makers such as Briarworks and Savinelli and Rossi pipes that are just a great entry-level product that'll serve you very well and can last a long time. In my time here at the shop, I've been really encouraged to see how at Industrial Cigar Company we do cigars different than the average shop. The family that we've been able to amass here at ICC's is a powerful thing. So definitely excited, onward and upward, for real.
Onward and upward. Thank you for coming to smoke a pipe with us.